wobbly ramp. And a wobbly dock.
Bermuda was built for piracy, believe it or not, guys. Has anybody been in Hamilton so far? Done any shopping, probably? Yeah? Let's see if you remember any of his name.
You guys who joined the tour so far?
Yes.
What about Bermuda? How you guys like Bermuda?
Nice.
You guys want to come back? Anybody want to stay? Are you sure? Yeah, until you gotta go to the grocery store. Pay about $20 for a box of cereal and a carton of milk. That's why I don't need cereal anymore. It's too expensive for me. You guys like my aquarium?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's my backyard right now. It's pretty cool. Now, because it is nighttime, you may see some of the nocturnal animals out and about. You may see a sea turtle. 9 times out of 10, he's going to be pretty mad at me because I disturbed his sleep, but you may see a sea turtle. You also may see a spiny lobster. We do not have the main lobster with the claws. Ours look like an oversized shrimp, kind of rusty red, burnt orange in color, 2 long whip antennas on the top of his head. So if you see anything crawling along the ocean floor that looks like that, it is a spiny lobster. You also may see one of the 3 eels that we have here. We have the green eel, the spotted eel, and the honeycomb eel. Also, you may see an octopus. So any one of those nocturnal animals you may see out and about tonight. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice about the color of Bermuda's corals is that they're not as bright or as vibrant as you may have expected to see, or that you may have seen in other places in the world. The reason for that is because Bermuda is the most northern reef system in the entire world. We are closer to Canada than we are to the Caribbean. Nova Scotia, 720 miles to the north of us. Bahamas is 1,000 miles south of us. So we are considered a subtropical place, which means we do get a winter time. Although it's not a winter like a lot of you guys experience, 10 below and 5 feet of snow, and you guys are walking through your front doors. Yeah, we don't get those temperatures here in Bermuda. But our winter temperatures, they go down into a burn chilling low 60s. So it's pretty treacherous in my shorts in December, Now in the summertime, the temperature does reach up into the high 80s. So our water, it goes through a 20 to 30 degree temperature fluctuation. And this is the reason we don't get those bright, vibrant colors. Those colors, they need at least about 80 to 85 degree temperature of water all year round to maintain and sustain those colors. That's why Bermuda has a more neutral-based color scheme. Now here we have 2 types of coral. We have hard and soft coral. An example of the hard coral, you're going to see a round object. It's mustard in color, and it looks like it has lines and grooves just like a brain. Anybody? Brain coral, that is correct. Now you're gonna realize, if you haven't already, in Bermuda, we keep our naming scheme really, really simple. It's pretty much as simple as you're gonna find it. So if you explain it, you pretty much name it. Starting with my name, Slim. There you go. I'm the real Slim Shady though, let's get that one right. Now, we also have one that is a little smaller in size, a little brighter in yellow, kind of lumpy, and it looks like the head of a cauliflower. Any guesses? That is also correct. You guys see where I'm going with this naming scheme, right? Well, we could pretty much do this all night. And we also have one that is a burnt orange in color. It grows in a branch-like form and it has little white tips on the end of it. It looks like a fire underwater. Any guesses? Fire coral, also correct. Now this next one's a little trickier. It's purple in color, lives in the sea, looks like a fan. Why does everybody say SpongeBob? SpongeBob's yellow. It's purple in color, lives in the sea, looks like a fan. Purple sea fan. Now last but not least, they're pretty cool. They go through a 12-hour feeding and sleeping cycle. So they feed for 12 hours, they sleep for 12, they feed for another 12, and then they sleep for another 12. Sound familiar? Sound like some of you guys in your cruise ship right now? Yeah, it's called vacation time, so give yourselves a little break, all right? Provides carbon dioxide for that plant cell to survive. So, like I said, they work like a little team. These corals, they do not have any physical defenses, meaning no arms, legs, teeth, anything like that that's going to reach out, grab you, bite you. But they do have what we call natural defenses, so they will either cut, sting, or burn you. I'm not going to tell you which ones do which, simply because we don't want you touching the corals. The reason we don't want you to touch them is because they're very, very sensitive. And to show you how sensitive they are, if you were to gently rest the palm of your hand on a brain coral, come back and say about 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to find the outline of your handprint embedded in that brain coral. That's just after 2 to 3 weeks. If you came back in about 6 to 8 weeks, the brain coral that you touch is probably not going to be dead, depending on the size of it or in the process of dying. Now the brain corals, they take between 150 to 250 years just to grow to the size of a soccer ball on a natural rock. So that will give you an indication of how long it takes the coral reef to grow. And because of this, we have had conservation acts on our coral reef since the early 1960s. So if you were to touch, take, break, or damage any corals in the ocean here in Bermuda, you will receive nothing less than a $25,000 fine for doing that. A very, very hefty fine. And we also have conservation acts on the parrotfish, and you will also receive a very hefty fine for having a parrotfish in your possession. They're very important to the marine ecosystem here in Bermuda. We call them the reef cleaners. And you can find them in all of your bright rainbow colors, pink, purple, blue, orange, green, yellow, all of those bright colors. We have about 5 or 6 in size between 3 inches and 5 feet. So you can get some pretty big parrotfish. Now they don't just get their name from their colors, but it's mainly because their teeth are fused together to form sea urchin. There's a sea cucumber, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, the parrotfish, they scrape all that algae from off of the coral reef so that the algae doesn't suffocate and kill those coral reefs. While they are scraping, they do manage to break off bits and chunks of that rock and that coral. They crush it up, goes through their system, and it pops out the other end is what? Anybody know?
Yeah.
Anybody know? You take a rock and you crush it up really fine, what do you get? Sand, that is correct. So one average sized parrotfish is responsible for excreting up to 1 sand in its lifetime, which is about 5 to 7 years. So within that time, it's a lot of pooping. Lots of pooping. Now speaking of sand, anybody managed to get to the beach? Yeah, you guys had a good time at the beach? Nice. Well, thank you for wriggling your toes, rolling all around, frolicking, and getting all sandy and parrotfish poop. Yeah, fun fact for you, 75% of Bermuda's beaches is parrotfish poop. Slide right on, get a little closer to the shipwreck part. Now, the shipwreck that you're going to see this at parts of the shipwreck itself. Now, total length of it is about 160 feet, and it's about 35 feet in width. So we're going to have to take it in a few sections. So if you do happen to lose sight of it, Sinclair's just maneuvering our boat to give you guys a different view of the wreck. Now, all of those corals that I named off to you a little while ago, those same corals will be growing on the shipwreck, which is why you have to look for those straight lines, perfect circles, squares, rectangles. Anything that looks like twisted metal is going to indicate that you're looking at some part of this shipwreck. Now, but it is fully covered in coral, which is why you have to look for those straight lines, perfect circles, squares. I definitely guarantee that you will start to pick up parts of this shipwreck. So this is the shipwreck of the HMS Vixen. Now this was just one of 3 British ramming vessels built way back in 1864. They built the Vixen, the West shipping channel, sink it in the middle, block the channel, and stop all the enemy boats from sneaking into this side of the island and launching attacks. Brilliant plan. The execution, not so brilliant. Yeah, the person that they left in charge of the dynamite, I believe they had a few more drinks at the bar the night before than they should have had. Yeah, because they packed all the dynamite they could find smack dab in the middle, blew a 30-foot gap in the middle of this vessel. So the stern section, it blew one way and sunk completely, which was cool. The bow section, however, blew the opposite direction, perfectly straight or perfectly round. So once you're looking at these shapes, you are definitely looking at parts of the shipwreck itself. Now, total length of it is about 160 feet, and it's about 35 feet in width. So we're going to have to take it in a few sections. So if you do happen to lose sight of it, Sinclair's just maneuvering our boat to give you guys a different view of the wreck. Now, all of those corals that I named off to you a little while ago, those same corals will be growing on the shipwreck, which is why you have to look for those straight lines, perfect circles, squares, rectangles. Anything that looks like twisted metal is going to indicate that you're looking at some part of this shipwreck. Now, the ship is fully intact, totally intact, but it is fully covered in coral, which is why you have to look for those straight lines, perfect circles, squares. I definitely guarantee that you will start to pick up parts of this shipwreck. This is the top deck, I believe, of the stern section on top of now. Yes. No, everybody pretty good? Yeah? All right. Okay, so the best vantage point for taking pictures of the bow of the shipwreck is from back up top in your seats. Now, before you go, what's going to happen is once you do get up top and get settled, Sinclair is going to do a few laps around the bow of the boat. We're going to put a spotlight on it so you guys can get some pictures. We're going to put it on both sides of our boat.
Go to one side, go see. They asked soul for back 3 years, which is never good. Otherwise, than that, they're light smart. You see them in front of the boat. You're not going to be interesting. That's why they use around with boats. That is pretty big. That period is pretty disastrous in that speed. Look in front of you, side of you, not very good, that's unnatural. Put the big deep, well, maybe you the side. But what you can fix it, it's just a bit too slow. Chance. Like that's basically. That's nice. Alright, you guys good for pictures to the left?